Hey everyone, it's Army Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new PvP monster, Gafuhlz. I think that's how you say the name. Gosh, I hate when these names are hard to pronounce. Alright, so yeah, this monster is completely free to play. All you gotta do is play multiplayer and you will get this monster. Wow, that is kind of adorable. Look at that cute little face. The little wings can barely carry that body. Huge shout out to SP for giving me everything I need to make this monster. They provided the food, they provided the monster, all the cells needed to rank this monster rank 5, any gems I use will be reimbursed, and they provided the food to feed this monster all the way to level 150. Awesome. The abomination named Gafuhlz has see-through patches of skin all over its body along with a terrifying collection of eyes. Even the bravest monsters feel sick at the sight of this creature, and they definitely should. Swarmageddon is the ultimate, which removes positive effects first, then deals heavy nature damage, then applies Mega Stun, and then applies toxins to the enemies. This makes it so it's basically like a vulnerable. Incoming damage will increase by 50%. Great ultimate, I think. In terms of the trait, you do have Abomination, which makes you susceptible to those Abomination hater monsters, aka Serpentex, who are going to get destroyed. You have the Fire Elemental advantage, and then you have the Abomination hater. Immune to Blind, we've been seeing this with all the new monsters almost, it looks like. And then we have a damage reduction against the enemies. Honestly, as far as trait goes, I would have preferred if it even had like an umbrella trait, just to burst you against the dots. But yeah, you're immune to Possession, Bleed, Corruption, Nightmares. You're immune to getting your accuracy reduced, and you start off by reducing the enemy's damage output by 25%. I think it's nothing too crazy. Let's see how the stats compare to the other monsters. Okay, in terms of a life stat, as you can see, this monster is not that tanky, which is crazy because it looks like a tanky monster, but I guess it's kind of like this swarm bug kind of looking monster, so I can see why it'd be on the squishy end. But yeah, 140,545, it is the second lowest of the galactic era. In terms of a power stat, whoa, this monster did not move at all. It's also not that strong. It's tied with that of Parabot at 10,472, also tied with that of K911. So not tanky, not powerful, but in terms of a speed stat, this is where this monster kind of makes up for it. Tied with that of brother Tiberius at 8679, so they are tied together for being the 5th fastest monster in the game. So yeah, poor life stat, poor power stat, but a pretty fast monster. But now we gotta take a look at the skills. Alien Bacteria deals moderate nature damage to one enemy and applies poison to one enemy. You can use this skill literally whenever. It requires no stamina, has no cooldown. Debilitating Parasite deals low nature damage to all enemies and applies damage reduction. Enemies inflicted with this will deal 25% less damage, also has 0 cooldown. Blood Infection deals moderate nature damage to one enemy, and that monster would be hit with a poison and a toxin. So poison will reduce the damage output by 20%, and with toxins, it's basically a vulnerable. It makes it so incoming attacks are 50% stronger. So this is a pretty good skill right here. We have Vitality Nib, deals moderate nature damage to one enemy and applies total damage reduction on a 1-turn cooldown. So every other turn you can make it so the enemy monster deals 0 damage. You have Viral Leech, which is toxins and a total damage reduction to everyone. So you could potentially do Vitality, and then Viral Leech and then Vitality, and always have the enemy, at least one enemy monster with dealing 0 damage. Assuming it's not a dodge area monster, right? Let's see what else we have. Catabolic Sting deals low nature damage to an enemy and applies vulnerable, and you give yourself 1 additional turn, which means you can literally do Vitality on one monster. On the following turn, do Catabolic Sting, and then do Vitality once again, thanks to the 1-turn cooldown on this. So that's pretty cool. What else do we have? And don't forget, Vulnerable is basically like Toxins. Incoming attacks are 50% stronger, so it is possible to land Toxins and Vulnerable on one enemy monster to make your attack even stronger. You have Exo's Planet Flu, deals low nature damage, applies poison and vulnerable to everyone. You have Power Bites, another extra turn skill. Very low nature damage, applies major damage reduction, and gives 1 extra turn. So you have 2 extra turn skills. Even though they don't pack a punch, they help make it so the enemy doesn't pack a punch at all. Okay, so let's go over the skills. This monster's interesting, actually. And it's the PvP monster. Yeah, it's the PvP monster. No, it's not the... Yeah, it is. Okay. So, total damage reduction. Let's do... I like the singles. In a PvP world, I really much prefer the singles more than anything else. So let's run applies vulnerable, 1 extra turn. So you can even do catabolic sting, and then you can do the other one. It's still very weak though. Catabolic, power bite, and then what's your other single? Poison and toxins on a 1 turn cooldown. So let's see. If you run total damage reduction is the main thing on this monster, and then vulnerable to set up, and then this to reduce the damage output. Honestly though, you would probably power bite someone else. Yeah, so someone who's not a huge threat, major damage reduction them. The main threat, total damage reduction them. On the next turn, you can just cycle between these skills. They are pretty hefty on the stamina cost. Blood infection is a great skill because of that poison and toxins. Although that vulnerable helps you set up already. The only reason I'm not going crazy on the AoEs is because the PvP meta specifically is not a fan of AoEs. I think it's hard to figure out how to ruin this monster specifically. We can do Slumster's Trap for the stamina. We can also do this for stamina. So actually maybe you can do Stamina Drain with one of them and then Stamina Recovery with the other one. So let's just actually go with the Rotten's Trap. And then I don't think this monster... I don't want to run him as an attacker. I don't know what I want to do with this monster. How do I want to run him? With his skills, like, thanks to the vulnerable, I can see a world in which, even though this is moderate nature, it becomes a lot stronger. But really the main thing about this is that total damage reduction. It is possible that you catabolic sting. If you're running strength runes, you power bite and vitality. And with a holster's gun, that might be a mechanic you can use. He's not necessarily a 3-speed monster because if you're dealing with a Megataunt... Actually, if you're dealing with a Megaton monster, as an attacker, I can see this monster doing vulnerable and then doing an AoE. I can see him doing that. So you'd run the strongest AoE you have. Poison, vulnerable, toxins, total damage reduction. I can see that being a play. In which case, maybe you don't necessarily need blood infection. Let me try attacker. Let me try him as an attacker. This is going to be an interesting play. So which one is stronger? Viral Leech, slightly stronger. Yeah, so I think Viral Leech is the strongest. So let's play around with that actually. Let's give him Holter's Gun. And we'll give him 2 strength and a speed. He's a fascinating monster. I'll say that. It's a fascinating monster. So 2 strength and a speed. We'll keep him at 130 because I want to see what kind of damage he can do at 130. Thanks to the vulnerable and everything. But then we'll try maybe team speed. Maybe make him faster than your attacker. Just so he can set up for your attacker dealing crazy amount of damage. Maybe we'll run someone to trade disable the enemy. That way you can vulnerable whoever you want. Major damage reduction whoever you want. I don't know. Like, this monster could be useful if you're able to total damage reduction the enemy Cherub Cupid, or especially Serpent Sex, since Cherub Cupid actually has ET skills. So there's situations like that where he can come in handy. So we might have some fun with this monster. Okay, so this is my go-to attacker setup. We get to use the Nature Beast, which makes him even stronger. We're even utilizing Amania's damage boost. So let's have some fun with this. Now, for those of you new to the channel, I'm not allowed to win the battle. That would be unfair. So we are just going to exit out if it looks like I'll be winning the battle. Alright, and we first have Ammonia, we have Elvira, we have Slumster. I get to go first. This is great. I'm going to get rid of, feel like, let's see, damage boost, die protection. Let's cleanse. Let's do that just so I can cleanse. Alright, and then we'll leave Slumster alone. Actually, no, I'm curious. We'll hit Slumster too. So in a real battle, I would probably damage them as much as possible. That way I can utilize Holter's Gun even more. Like this monster, yeah, I would probably... yeah, let's just treat it like it's a real battle. So I damaged you enough. Now I'll turn transfer. Let's start hitting you. Turn transfer. Alright, let's see what I can do. So Viral Leech is my AoE skill. That'll kill. I'll get an extra turn. Power Bite. Very weak. 10 damage, as you can see, or 10%. Also very weak, and this actually kills. So I'm actually able to apply vulnerable over here, And then I can actually do the... I can just major damage reduction. Alright, and then this deals 146. Honestly, AoE. Oh, I forgot you were... I forgot Amaneo was a dodge area monster. Alright, that's fine. It's still fine. Because I'm next in the turn order. So these skills, let's see. Oh, this is perfect. Boom! Holster's gun. Power bite. It's enough. Yeah, it's enough for me to just get an extra turn. I feel like he's too weak to be an attacker as much as I wanted. Like, oh, this will be fun. He's just overall too weak. 82.7. And I don't have a single toxin skill. That would have been nice. Alright, let's move on to the next one. I decided to go with the AoE. Let's go on to the next one. People don't usually run Slumster, so you won't run into him too much. I guess it depends. Funny enough, there's another Slumster. It really depends what league you're in. Here's a Megaton monster, so we get to see the kind of damage output I can do against a Megaton monster. This will be fun. So that's actually exactly what I wanted to see. This is going to be great. Alright, so I'm able... So first of all, 195 right now. But I can vulnerable. Did it miss? Did it really miss? Oh, you're kidding me. I'm gonna viral leech. 225. Alright. Power bite. Darn. Oh, it's fine. I guess the AoE's... No, it's not starting up to go. Actually, I'll get an extra turn. So then I can cycle. So vulnerable. And the vulnerable misses again. Are you kidding me? Power bite, vitality. We'll do power bites. And then I'll get an extra turn again thanks to Holster's gun. And then I can cycle. Alright, because cool. You got to see me utilize Holster's gun and cycling, and I was able to kill him. Let's see what we can do to you. So vulnerable. I think this is a 150, yeah. That now deals 165. That deals 124. Major damage reduction. So now he has poison and major damage reduction, so that hurts him. We can apply toxins as well. He's going to cleanse most likely. Oh, package bomb. Cool. Alright, Cherub Cupid. Take that. So his next attack is going to be super weak. He has dots. Actually, he's going to die at this point, I think. I'll actually kill him. He can res, come back to life, and I can kill him again. Catabolic. Boom. That's how it's done. Interesting. I think for newer players, for the free-to-play community, maybe there's some arguments to using him as an attacker. I can see it being pulled off. Yeah, I can definitely see it being pulled off. Follow me. Cleanse. Cleansing. Yeah, I mean, at this point, let's exile before I can kill him. Huh. Yeah, even though he has a total damage reduction, I think, like, if you have a choice between total damage reducing the enemy's damage output or just straight out killing, you obviously go for the straight out kill. Alright, here's a king. So hopefully the vulnerable actually lands and we get to actually make it work. So there is that. Here's a damage boost. Here's this again, and we'll turn transfer next turn. Alright, turn transfer. Alright, Catabolic Sting, and the vulnerable lands. I should have seen the damage output before, but that's fine. So 337, 84, and then 253 thanks to vulnerable, allowing me to OTK. So I can see him being used as a Megaton killer like that. Thanks to that vulnerable AoE, even if you're not the strongest, again, I'm only at 130. And then partnering up with someone that has Sigil, allowing me to cycle the skills like this, it feels quite powerful. I will say that. Watch. Sting. And then Bite. And then not Viral Leech, but Nib. If it's within that 25%, I utilize that ET. And then boom. Extra turn again. There we go. Just utilizing all of that. Boom. And so that's how I can see this monster being used. It's a poor man or a cheap like Shiv or something. Well, no dodge area or nothing like that. But yeah, it can potentially work. Vulnerable. Because even Shiv does that, right? Magic weakness, that magic-based attacks. I mean, obviously it's not to that caliber, but look at this. Look at this. Vitality, 0 damage. So now you're not even hurting me on your next attack. And then with Amania, I can just buff and everything. So I can see that working out. Boom. Boom. Watch. Just wait for him to hit me. Wait for him to hit me. Oh, wait. Total damage reduction. You deal no damage. So interesting how he can be utilized. Let's max him out. Keep in mind in the bounty hunt, you'll be able to get more cells for the monster too, and then the whole month of PvP. So maybe you end up with him like at rank 3, rank 4, maybe even max him out. Who knows? Alright, so here I am at 150. This is going to be fun. Honestly, of the Season 2 monsters, I did not expect this monster to be one of the more fun, interesting monsters that I was going to be playing around with. But I'm actually having a ton of fun. Alright, so let's deal with you. Now that I'm 150... Oh, I'm deadly now. Let's do that. Let's get rid of the evasions. Make sure I can harm everyone. Try and transfer onto myself. Deal with Pure Pandoff. Damage boost again. Pure Pandoff is next. So we want to... Did I mess something up? No, I get an extra rate. There we go. Boom. Okay, so... Elemental advantage. Whoa. Elemental advantage. I'm already killing them. I could just do a viral leech play, but... Holter's gun play. So let's do that. Holter's gun. Alright. Now I can do viral leech. I can do catabolic sting. So many ways to play it. Let's do a viral leech play. And then again with sigil on my side, I get another churn. Or I get to reuse all my skills, which basically means I get to reuse it. There's that. Not an OTK, but applies vulnerable. Again, it's very weak, but applying that vulnerable helps it out. So the next attack needs a lot more. Sometimes you just need that extra damage from Power Bite. Sometimes using Nib and then Holter's Gun allows you to finish them off. And especially when you have 2 extra turn skills, as weak as they are, allowing you to cycle and then use your other skills, you're good to go. And again, I'm running the AoE because it helps me take on Megaton monsters. You could also run the single that does the toxins and the poisons. And just kill the enemy with dots. So you have a few options, especially when you're taking on dodge area monsters like this. Like that other skill would come in handy. We are dealing with anticipation. But I think it's fine. I will cleanse Megatons. You'll get a turn. Candy Cane hits. I will give you another turn again. Supreme Fun. Yeah, I will do the damage boost. I was going to cleanse anticipation. At this point, it doesn't matter. But yeah, at that point, it's gone. So let's just turn transfer. All right, let's see. So again, Vitality, Holter's Gun will give me that extra turn. So rather than do that, I think we'll utilize... We want to vulnerable everyone as much as possible. Power Bite 45. He'll survive, so we can Power Bite you. You can die with the poison. Holter's Gun. We can vulnerable you. We can start going after you. We can AoE as... Oh no, we won't AoE. Actually, we'd kill you before you cleanse. Sigil. I want to kill with the ET so that I keep going. I think that's the correct way to do it, right? I want to kill with the ET so that I keep going. Do that. Cleanse that. Oh, poor King. I want to turn transfer into him because of everything he has. I don't want him to suffer. Do biggest rock. Hard as a diamond. Let's see if I play correctly here. Take a juice. Become the predator. Alright. Oh, so vulnerable first. And then that. Alright, look at the churn order. 2, yeah. So I can vulnerable. Power Bite. Boom. Right, we'll just end it there. Okay, we'll do another battle. Yeah, this, funny enough, I don't think there's going to be a meta monster. I'm pretty confident he's not a meta monster. Definitely not a meta monster. But he was fun to use. Of the Season 2 monsters, definitely quite fun to use. Got a death countdown at the start of the battle. We got to make sure to cleanse that away before we go on and attack everyone. There's a Megaton monster. Part of me wants to leave him just so I can obliterate him, but nah, we'll go through the cycle. So cleanse, damage boost, cleanse. Oh, he's taunt. So churn transfer. All right, vulnerable. Let's see how strong my AoE is. Oh, nice. Very nice. Power Bite. You know what? Oh no, we'll do it. Boom. Holter's Gun, Phase Shield. Oh, I didn't look at talents, relic, talents. So we just recharge this away. Yeah, it's interesting what you can do with the Holter's gun, and then even like these weak skills. Alright, we'll deal with face shield, and then we'll turn transfer. We could probably kill everyone. Boom. Damage boost. Boom. Turn transfer. Get rid of evasion. Boom. And yeah, do that. Oh my god, it triggered again. I knew it. I was like, should I just double damage? But then I would have to wait and everything. So this is fine. Alright, no more face shield for you. Turn transfer. AoE. Power bite. Well, first vulnerable. Make you weak to my next attacks. AoE kills. Power bite. AoE. Oh, nib. Do I still have Holter's gun? I think I do. Holter's gun. Yeah. I can do that. I get AoE, kill everyone except him, or just boom. Holter's gun, and then sting. And there we go. Sigil kicking in. I get to reuse them. So sting. Iltron's last hope. Power. Let's see. Honestly, I just kill at this point. Yeah. Interesting how well he worked. Interesting. Again, you could also run a combination of speed and team speed and just have him total damage reduction, the enemy main threat and attacker, and even major damage reduction and set up for your attacker with the vulnerables. But I think using him as a weak man ET attacker kind of works. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video on this monster. I definitely enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Any thoughts you may have, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.